that can't be different if you choose. Success is really just a decision away. When you have the attitude, I'm going to do it, that's it, period, and you know you have the power and you know all you have to do is focus on what you want and feel good about it with anticipation as if you've already received it, and start jumping up and down with happiness. You are broadcasting, you are transmitting a frequency with power and intensity. And if you broadcast that frequency consistently, it will attract like-minded thoughts that give you like-minded feelings, and it will attract into your life exactly what you're transmitting. And what will be attracted into your life are circumstances, events, situations, experiences, and people that match that vibrational frequency, which means you will have in your life the emotions or the feelings that you are broadcasting. And you will have in your life the things in which you desire, in which you are focusing on, in which you are broadcasting, because that thing, that thought of a thing, is a vibrational frequency. And when you attach an emotion to it, you start getting other circumstances and events that give you the same emotional feeling as well as the thing that you're focusing on. Isn't that exciting? Isn't it exciting to know that no matter what happens in your life, there's no such thing as something bad? It's just a different experience. You've created it. Look at the emotion. And if you like it, fine. And if you don't, you look at it, turn your back to it, because when you look at what you don't want, it helps clarify what you do want. What most people do is they keep thinking about and focusing on what they don't want. They think about what they don't want. They think about the lack of what they want, which means they're thinking about not having it. So they think they're thinking about what they want, but not. They're thinking about that they don't have it, and they're talking about that they don't have it. Why don't I have more money? Why don't I have more money? Why don't I have more money? I should have more money, but I don't have any money. I want money, but it's not here. I don't have money. Why can't I have more money? You're focusing on the fact that you don't have money and it's not coming in and it's hard to come in and nothing works out your way, and that's what you're creating. You know what your thoughts are by how you feel. If you're feeling good every day, no matter what the situation is, guess what? That's the vibration that you are broadcasting, and more thoughts will start coming in, and you feel better and better and gooder. And then the physical manifestation starts coming in, and you start seeing events, circumstances, and situations which reflect that, which give you that feeling. That's how it works. Now, let me give you a little trick to helping you feel good. It goes both ways. When you feel really, really good, your body changes. Your posture changes. When you're feeling really, really good, you stand tall, your head's up, you smile, your shoulders go back, you have a spring in your step, you skip, you whistle, you hum, you sing, and your body is moving and flowing with power and confidence. Well, guess what? When you're feeling bad, your body begins to change as well. Your shoulders get slouched, you begin to hunch over, you walk a little slower, you frown, your voice changes, it gets lower, tired, depressed, annoyed, fearful, oh my, oh my, oh my. So here's a little trick. When you're feeling bad, I mentioned there's a bunch of things you could do, go for a walk and so forth. But one little trick is just instantly change your physiology. Because if you're ever feeling bad, you'll notice all those things. You're slouching, you're bent over, you're not walking with the spring in your step. So just change the physiology. Just say, wait a minute, I'm feeling bad. Okay, let me throw my shoulders back. Let me put a smile on my face. Just put a smile on your face. And you feel better. Instant. Oh yeah, everyone's looking like, wow, yeah, like instantaneous. Throw your shoulders back. Start a little bounce in your step. Whistle. Hum. Sing. That's why we say dance. Start moving your physiology, and all of a sudden your emotions change. And when your emotions change, that means internally your focus, your thoughts have changed. And you're now thinking about things that you want, good thoughts, and now you're vibrating good feelings. And that means you're going to be attracting more good feeling thoughts and more good feeling thoughts and more good feeling thoughts. Your positive ball of energy is growing, your negative ball of energy is going down. And that's how it works. The key element is always feel good all the time, because you get what you think about most of the time, which is why when you really want something, you're obsessed with it, you're thinking about it all the time. But the difference is most people think they are thinking about what they want, when in fact they're thinking about the fact that they don't have it. They're thinking of the lack of it. You know which way you're going based on how you feel. If you feel anticipation, happiness, joy, if you feel as if you've already received it, you can taste it and feel it, it's already yours, baby. That's when it's flowing into you. That's when you're broadcasting at full power, at full intensity. There's no resistance on the lines. And that's when law of attraction is bringing in, and that's when the universe is doing everything like you wouldn't believe and you can't even see behind the scenes. All the stuff off your radar. 99.9% of the things are off the radar screen. You can't see them, you can't imagine them, you can't even imagine what they are. You can't even begin to dream of what they could be. But there are trillions of bits of data and information and particles being flowed and moved and adjusted in all these different scenarios and variables. And it's all being done to work to get what you want. It's a law. It has to happen. It is the law of attraction. It is pulling it into you, and it will come. More thoughts will come to you first, and you'll feel better and better, and then the physical manifestation will occur. Make sense? Good. Now, a couple elements, questions that come up at the break. How do I handle disappointment or failure? Or when somebody says no. When you're making money or in life or in business, you will have what's called disappointments. You will have experiences which you want to go one way but don't, and you get a feeling of disappointment. Or you're trying to do something and you fail and you feel bad. Or somebody says no to you and you feel bad. Now, the reason you feel bad is based on your habits. A situation that doesn't turn out the way you want, you say that's a disappointment. When you do something and it doesn't work, you say it's a failure. When somebody says no, you feel bad because you think you're not getting what you want. The reason you feel bad is because your focus goes to the lack. Your focus goes to the thought that you're not going to get what you want, the lack of what you want, the fact that you don't have what you want. Therefore, you feel bad. And that happens because it's a habit. Neural pathways have been drilled into you, into your brain, and it's a habit out of that ball of negative energy. The fact is, if you look at the people who are operating using this technology at the highest levels, like many of the people here that you've met, we don't. If you ask us, how do you deal with disappointment? We say, well, I don't feel disappointment. Well, how do you deal with failure? They go, well, we don't have failure. You mean you succeed in everything? Well, think about it. Thomas Edison. He, quote, failed 10,000 times trying to create the incandescent light bulb. But if you asked him, You failed 10,000, and they did. They asked him when he was alive. You failed 10,000 times when trying to create the incandescent light bulb. He said, no, I didn't. I successfully found 10,000 ways it would not work. You see, he understood that every time he found a way it wouldn't work, he was getting closer to his ultimate success. So what you would call as a failure and you would feel bad, he looked at as a success. Wow, this doesn't work. I'm getting closer. Do you understand that? That's the habit that people who use this technology at the highest levels utilize. A disappointment is something that doesn't turn out exactly the way you think it should. So you're disappointed. But if you understand that the way you think it should turn out probably isn't the best way for it to turn out, when something that happens that isn't to your liking, what we do out of habit is we're not disappointed. We just say one of two things. Either A, I caused this. What vibration did I put out? So do I need to change my vibration? Or B, wow, something incredible, even better than I could have imagined is about to happen. Because I thought this was the best way, but it ain't working out, so something gooder is happening. So we don't feel disappointment. We don't look at these things as disappointing. When somebody says no to us that we're expecting or we, quote, want to say yes, we just think, either I'm vibrating something incorrectly, my broadcast, my transmission of vibration must be maybe incorrect, let me check that. Or B, if it's right on target, then this no, which I didn't think should happen, obviously should have happened because I'm going to get what I want, and this no is a prerequisite for me to really getting what I want. Because
All right, family, grand rising, grand rising. How is everybody feeling this morning? I am feeling blessed. I am feeling aligned. I am feeling connected. I feel so good this morning. As you guys know, everything works in our favor. We are expecting miracles and we are getting miracles. And it just feels so, so good, to be on this call with you guys on this beautiful Tuesday morning, September 13th. Man, just vibrating extremely high, feeling extremely good, feeling extremely grateful to have a special guest on today's call that we are all very, very familiar with, and somebody that we appreciate, and somebody that has been able to pour in massive, massive value into us, and I'm just extremely thankful for that. So I'm very, very, very extremely grateful, and big, big smiles, guys. As you guys know, life is amazing, life is good. And I am so grateful to be here. All right, guys. So as you guys know, we have our special guest here today. But before we get the call started, I want to start it off with some gratitude. So can we express some gratitude? Can we express what is one thing that we are grateful for? Let me turn this light off real quick back here. But express in the chat box what is one thing you are grateful for. Let us know. Let me know in the chat box what is one thing you are grateful for, because I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my health. I am grateful for my mind, my body, and my spirit. I am extremely grateful for, the roof over my head, the abundance that is flowing in my life on a day-to-day basis. I'm extremely grateful for the wisdom, the leaders within my organization, my team, the whole Mornings with Nano community. I'm extremely grateful for my brother, Matt Gribby, who take the time to jump on today's call. I am very, very thankful for that. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump on this call and teach us more of your incredible value. I'm extremely grateful for, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dadiana. I'm extremely grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for Jasmine, Sana, just such a big role in everything that they've done here today. And grateful for all of you as well, and everybody who has taken the time to jump on the call, because honestly, there's no better no better time right now than for us to be learning this information and be aware of this information. And it just fills my heart up with gratitude to know that, we have incredible people that each and every single day are looking for ways to grow, looking for ways to expand, looking for ways to, grow their consciousness and expand their awareness and be able to tap into, their fullest potential and be able to become that best version of themselves and serve their purpose and grow a closer relationship with God and have access to this wisdom. It truly is a phenomenal group that we have here. This community is second to none. I truly believe that we have one of the best communities in the world. Honestly, truthfully, I truly believe that in my heart because of the information that we share on this call, the love that we express on this call, the way that we support each other, the way that we celebrate each other, the way that we are there for each other when we need each other most. This is something that we rarely see in this world nowadays. And the fact that we have this in this team, in this family, and we have hundreds and thousands of people that connect each and every single day, Monday through Friday, consistently over the whole entire year, is something that literally cannot go unnoticed, guys. Think about it. Some of us been rocking with each other for years, right? My brother Gigi, Matt Gribby, he's been rocking with me since Mornings with Nano started back in 2019. And, 3 years later, 2022, we still rocking, we still learning, we still elevating, we're still growing so much. And to see the growth in both of us, it truly has been phenomenal. And as you guys know, I always tell you guys this, and for anyone who's new and for anyone who's wondering who our special guest is, I know we have new people who jump on Mornings with Nano every day. Matt Gribby has been, one of my closest mentors. One of the foundations to my success was Matt. I have multiple mentors in my life, but, one of the first ones to believe in me was Matt Gribby, right? He saw me very early on when I started the Mornings with Nano, journey. And I know a lot of people ask me like, yo, how did Mornings with Nano start? How was it? In reality, guys, I know a lot of people always want to know, but Mornings with Nano was just, to be honest, was something that I just was doing to help my team, right? A few of my leaders, asked me to do a morning call every day to help them get started with their days. And I just started Mornings with Nano, and literally a month or two after I started Mornings with Nano, I met Matt, and we met here in New York. We hit it off right away. We were Gemini brothers. We saw that we were connected. And for some reason, he took this belief in me, right? And he bought me these books and he connected me with the information. And me being naive and me being an early student to the game of spirituality and understand it, I applied everything immediately, guys. And since I've met him, guys, my income has jumped dramatically. I went from someone who was just making $2,000 a month to making well over $30,000 in a month, guys. And it was all because of the information that I've learned in these books and the information that he has taught me and just everything in general, guys. So the person that you guys are going to be listening to today is not just an average individual. This knowledge that he teaches is not common knowledge. And the way that he communicates is very important that we accept it and we truly take notes on what it is that we learn from him here today, because he is someone who's been working with Bob, God rest Bob's soul, but he worked with him for multiple years. So he has the experience. He was the one that put me on to KT, the Kevin Trudeau. So everything that you guys see Mornings with Nano be about, a lot of it comes from this individual right here. So Mornings with Nano would not be what it is if it wasn't for my brother Matt and the information that he's taught me. So if you guys are excited for Matt, put some fire emojis in the chat box, because without further ado, I'm gonna pass it off to the living legend himself, Matt Gribby. Take it away, my brother. How you feeling today? Let me make you co-host. And there you go, fam.
Amazing. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Happy Tuesday. It's always a pleasure getting on this call with you and sharing some ideas, sharing some information. I'm recording on my end as well, so you guys can hear me. All is good there. I know we just did a call kind of recently, shared some really good information, got a lot of positive feedback and messages from you guys. So thank you for everybody just, giving the feedback of ideas that really helped you or some aha moments. So that's the intention again with this call. If one thing that Nano and I say, just, that light bulb goes off for you, our job here is kind of done. Like, that's our goal every single day. If you keep having these ahas every single day, your awareness is growing. And there's two things that I want to touch on today. So the top one is, power of awareness, of course. Like, the goal here is to grow in awareness. So number one point is grow in awareness. Now, the question is, how do you grow in awareness? There's two ways, obviously, to change your paradigm, which is repetition and emotional impact. But the thing is that the emotional impact is more so rare, far so in between. So we want to focus on repetition. And that's exactly what you saw Nano doing today with KT, with Kevin Trudeau. Repetition. Every single morning, we listen to KT, the same audio. Feeling is the secret, maybe a different CD, of course, but it's the same information. It's the same content, it's the same audio. And I've personally been listening to that specific audio series for almost 10 years now. And somebody may, if you're new to this information, you're going to say, why would you listen to the same thing for 10 years? And another example is, I have an Amazon Alexa. I don't like saying her name because then she starts listening. So I have one of those, and every night she's playing 432 hertz. I've been listening to that every single night for 5 years. Or Feeling is the Secret. I have the playlist that it's the audiobook of Feeling is the Secret. I listen to that every single night. So why are we doing this over and over and over and over and over and over again? Because that's how you change habits. That's how you change paradigms. That's how you change results. It really, really is the power of repetition. And that obviously you always can correlate discipline with repetition. It's the consistency of Nano waking up early. It's the discipline to follow that morning routine, to do the repetition, to write the goals, to listen to the audios. I've realized that access to information it's not enough. With social media, with webinars, with YouTube, with books, everybody has access to more so the same information, but they don't have the discipline to repetitiously do the affirmations, to repetitiously write down your goals, to repetitiously read 20 minutes a day. I said this on the last call, but I'm going to reiterate it. Success is predictable. There's a science to getting rich. And one of the best ways to do that is the power of repetition. If you want to create a new habit, repetition. If you want to break a bad habit, repetition. It really, really is repetition. Yes, there's the emotional impact. We just had the 21st anniversary of 9/11 2 days ago. That's an emotional impact, but something like that hasn't happened, God willing, in over 20 years. So those things, yes, those change paradigms. Yes, those, really create ahas or, oh my God's, like, really big situations, but they're not as frequent as the power of repetition. So number one point, power of repetition. We're listening to the same audios. We're reading the same books. I mean, if you guys really saw this Power of Awareness book that I've had for years, it is taped up. The cover's fallen off multiple times. This proves repetition. I've been using the same information for multiple years now. So don't take this information lightly. Get on these morning calls. When Nano kind of goes more consistent with MMX that he'll be doing in the future, be on all of those calls. That's really the power of this repetition aspect. And in doing so, it takes me to my next point. KT talked about it. I'm going to reiterate it. You want to get your positive ball of energy bigger than your negative ball of energy. There's two sides, law of polarity, good, bad, hot, cold, up, down, left, right. Polar opposites make existence possible. You cannot have in without out. You cannot have hot without cold. Polar opposites exist. So there's the positive energy that you can work with. There's the negative energy that you can work with. Through repetition, through consistent work, You want to get the positive ball of energy bigger. When you do that and you naturally go throughout your day, you're going to attract the best conversations, the best people, the best experiences, the best situations. And if you follow Nano on social media, you see this firsthand. You see the people he meets. You see the experiences he has, the restaurants. He attracts great things. Why? Because his positive ball of energy is at like 90% full and the negative is at 10% full. Not saying that the negative doesn't exist, not saying that Nano doesn't have those setbacks, not saying that those negative thoughts don't come in from time to time. Of course they do. They do for everybody. However, his positive ball of energy is substantially bigger than his negative one. That is a really, really big positive point. And how do you get there is repetition, is by doing the gratitude every day, is by asking for it, seeking for it, searching for it, right? The more good you look for, the more good you're going to find. Write that down. The more good that I look for, the more good I'm going to find. That's where gratitude comes in. Gratitude causes your mind to focus. Gratitude causes your mind to focus. If you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start with gratitude. If you're feeling off, if you're feeling bad, if you don't know how to get out of a slump, start with gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, start with gratitude. When you end your day in the evening, start with gratitude. The entire process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. One more time. The entire process of mental adjustment. Mental adjustment is changing how you feel, changing what you're thinking. The entire process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. Don't take gratitude lightly. It is an unbelievably powerful way to focus your mind on that positive ball of energy. Very, very powerful. Next thing, senses fail us. Senses fail us. Again, I believe I said this on the last call. You have to go beyond what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. You have to go beyond how you physically interact with this world. You have to go beyond that. Your senses fail you. What you see is probably not true. What you hear, question it. How do you know? So you have to go beyond the senses, really tap into your higher faculties. The higher faculty that I have really, really been focusing on is the imagination. Why? You need new ideas to think from. This book right here by Genevieve Durant is called Your Invisible Power. Your invisible power is your imagination. It's invisible because you can't see it, but it's there. And the power is you have to exercise it. It's our power of creation. It's our power to see a new world, to see a new reality mentally before it shows up physically, right? Everything is created twice. We know this. Everything is created twice. Once in the mind, once in the imagination, once in spirituality. Second, physically, concrete, pen, book, laptop, camera, everything physically is second. So where I was like, okay, how do I create that next level, right? I'm at a good point. I've created a lot of good success in my life, but I'm not happy, right? We're happy, but we're not satisfied. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. I'm completely dissatisfied with the results I've been getting. I want more. And if you're on this call, you should be saying, I want more too. It's, we're in September, 3 months left. We're in Q4 right now. Really, really have to say, I want more. I really want to elevate and go to that next level. So I had to create that next world, that next reality, that next, experience, if you will, spiritually. I had to create it in my mind. Last night, I was laying there before I went to bed, visualizing life as I wanted it to be. I promise you, 1000%, it was an activity that I was engaged in before I went to sleep. Actually seeing things, seeing it. And then I had the feeling that came associated with it. And that's how this process works. That's how this process works. So again, it's going to be the repetitious action of me doing that every single night, visualizing life as I want it to be before I fall asleep every single night. Do that every single day. And my belief about that idea goes up. My belief about that it's possible goes up and increases. And I'm going to say, oh my God, it's actually possible. Oh my gosh, I believe I can do this. That's when change happens. That's when the law of attraction comes into play and really starts moving people, situations, circumstances, and events into your life. KT calls it the sweet spot. When you listen to those audios, really, really listen to the sweet spot. Your goal has to be something that you believe that you can get with 100% conviction in your mind. Yes, I can and will achieve this. And it can't discourage you, right? It can't be a too big of idea where you're like, yeah, but I've never even earned this much a month, let alone that much a month. So yeah, somebody said that was our topic for yesterday. Oh, Nano did. So yeah, you have to find that sweet spot for success. That it can't be too big to discourage you, but it can't be not big enough where you're not, you can't have that belief level that you can obtain it. When belief hits the I believe I can do it, everything happens for you in a very, very rapid way. So definitely use your imagination. You need new ideas to think from. Start that dream board, start visualizing, start finding new mentors, go to their Instagram, look at the way they're living, look at how they're doing, look at everything, observe it, look at Nano, watch where he goes, watch whose hands he shakes, the conversation he has, and get inspired and be like, wow, I want that. I remember Nano came down here to Miami and I think I was living at Porsche at this time. And he was like, bro, this is what I want. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, this is what I want. I will wake up on the beach every single day and I will live on the beach. And he was living in New York at this time. I will never forget this story. And I watched Nano in about a year and a half completely manifest living on the beach and waking up and doing his beach meditation every day. However, that did not happen until his mind was expanded, until he was like, wow, this is possible. Wow, I want this. This is what I really want. And then I watched him manifest it, hand to God, from saying, this is what I want to saying, thank you, God, for this. I watched the whole process. So that's a perfect example. And if you follow Nano, you watch the whole process as well. So again, this information really works. Information really works. I don't know if Nano's frozen, but he's got a good smile going. It's frozen for me on my end. There you go. You're back. Part 2. So I'm going to go back to repetition. Really quick. Yesterday, I was listening to Feeling is the Secret I can't even tell you how many times. And I was repeating it verbatim. And my girlfriend was here and she kept looking at me like, how do you actually know this verbatim? And again, it's repetition. Or if you listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, verbatim, absolutely verbatim. And that happens through repetition. So again, I'm going to kind of reiterate one more time. Develop the discipline to do the right things on a consistent basis every single day. That is how permanent change will really start to take place. The neural pathways that KT talks about, the paradigms that Bob used to talk about, those strengthen, they become stronger, and then they become more dominant in your life. And those are the paradigms that you begin to operate with. So repetition is the key to mastery. Fire, fire, fire. What else do I have? Okay, I'll end with this. The last thing that I'm going to end with, Nano, and then I'll send it back to you. We have a few questions that have come in. And also, if you have any questions that have come up during this talk really quick, go into the chat right now and type the questions. We're going to kind of go over them at the end of this call. So the last idea that I'm going to leave you guys with: all answers come from within. All answers come from within. That is why we increase our consciousness. That is why we increase our awareness. That is why we study the information. Everything is within. Not to say that there isn't information from other people's experiences that can help you. Of course, all information is beneficial. However, ultimately, listen to yourself. Ultimately, you know what is best for you. Ultimately, your higher self, your intuition, your spirit guides, that inspiration that comes from within, that's for you, right? And the goal of all of this information is to strengthen the connection to who you really are, right? If you were guided by your higher self 24/7, 365, all day, every day, you would live an amazing life. It would be every experience is exactly what you want to make you feel the best at all time, all places, with everyone. But it's just, many times it's not like that. We have things that happen, we have paradigms and things of that sort. So the goal of everything is to like really tap in. Self-awareness. I have an audio, it's called Connect to Your Higher Self. And I listen to that. It's a meditation, and that's what it does. It allows me to strengthen that connection to my inner self. Why? Only I know what is best for me. Yes, I can take advice from other people. Yes, I can learn a new idea on YouTube or see something great on Instagram, of course. But what you need to do when an outside stimuli come in is ask yourself, how does that make me feel? That's a great idea. How does that make me feel? If it makes me feel good, I'm going to follow that. Okay, it's a good idea. Ultimately, you know what is best for you. I'm going to end with that. So Nano, I'm going to send it back to you. If there's anything that you kind of want to touch on really quick, please do so. If not, I saw there's a few questions in the chat.
Yeah, bro, this was unreal, bro. This was phenomenal, bro. You did a phenomenal job. Guys, can we put a fire emoji in the chat for Matt? I know, Matt, you can't see the chat. Unless you're on YouTube, you can see it. But yo, the chat is blowing up right now, bro. Everybody is you gave all of us breakthroughs, even breakthroughs that I needed. And it was amazing what you said, because I love how you started when you said, access to information is not enough. It really isn't enough. And, these calls and the fact that we have access to this information, shows that, because I've seen people that have access to the information, but still not be able to create the results. And it's because of the lack of application, the lack of discipline, and the lack of those things. So, the repetition is the key. I love how you mentioned the positive ball of energy too, man. That is so important. And, it's true what you say, bro. I've actually developed that over time. My positive ball of energy wasn't always so big, but I worked on it through the discipline, through the repetition, through the mornings with Nano every day, the morning routine, the meditations, the reading. And now my positive ball of energy is a lot bigger than my negative ball of energy. And I think a lot of us on this call need to remember that, because I remember talking about this a few weeks ago, how we got to make sure that ball of energy is bigger than the negative one, so that way we can attract all the positive, all the amazing things, the abundance, the gratitude. And that's the key. I want to touch on that as well, the gratitude, because, since I've met you, bro, you've installed that into my mind. Gratitude is a source where all good things come from. And, you've always told me that. And that's something that's always stuck with me. And I love how you said that gratitude causes your mind to focus. And, you want to start your day and end your day and in the middle of the day with gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Also the sauce that you gave us, the entire process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude, man. This was very, very powerful. And it's key because, you talked about wanting more, and, you talked about how I manifested living on the beach and when you were living at Porsche and all of that. But I've also watched you do the same when I would see you, on Instagram flying and you would be like, I want a jet, I want a jet, I want a jet. And then now you were flying across the country, 14 different places. I forgot how many, and all of them were in jets. And it was amazing to see that, because I remember you talking to me about it. I remember you posting about it. And it's just so amazing to see how it all, happened for you, man. And it just shows me what you were visualizing. It showed me, what you were focused on. And it was just, now this is the effect of everything. So it was just beautiful, and just the repetition and everything. This was amazing stuff, bro. Thank you so much. This was powerful. I know we have some questions here for some of the people. A lot of people actually typed them on YouTube, but one of the questions that they asked, and I know you see them in there in the chat, what has been the hardest faculty for you to develop? Would you say is the imagination, or
I don't know if there's any one that I would say is the hardest to develop. I don't know. Everything takes time, right? It's just, some will strengthen a little bit quicker if you exercise them more frequently. But I mean, memory takes time, of course. To strengthen your memory, it's not going to be like tomorrow I have an amazing memory. No, it just doesn't work like that. That takes time.
Even will too. Even will takes time.
That has to go through experience. Yeah, everything takes time. So they all, I don't think that's probably the best question to ask. I understand it, but I mean, everything, it all takes time. They all take time to strengthen.
Yeah, it's definitely a continuous process when it comes to all of them, 100%. What is one step you suggest to start working on your imagination? What's the first step for people that they can start taking to start working on that imagination?
Yeah, great question. You need new ideas to think from. Once the mind expands, it can't go back. Once the mind expands, it can't go back. For example, I have a mentor, very, very successful financially, a lot of great business. I found out that recently, he was earning over $1 million a day. And for me, it was like, oh my gosh, like that. That wasn't even a possible idea I couldn't even fathom that. But once I saw another human being achieve that, I was like, number one, it's possible, obviously, because they achieved it. So it's possible, of course. So one step to start working on your imagination is you have to expand your mind. You have to start rubbing shoulders with people that have more success than you. Follow some, affluent social media accounts, whatever gets you going, whether it's clothes, whether it's cars, whether it's experiences, whether it's whatever the case may be. You have to start having new ideas to think from. And when I had that idea of, wow, you can earn $1 million a day, my mind was just like, oh my God. And then the imagination started. What would I do making $1 million a day? What would I look like? How would I talk? How would I walk? How would I act? How would I move? How would I live? And that's how you start creating that world for yourself. So you have to find somebody that has what you want and just start observing them. Find one or two things that you like that make you feel good, and just focus on that. And then it'll keep going. What else? And then start Googling something else, or limited edition. I love searching limited edition. So it would be whatever the case may be, something limited edition. You see something that's even more majestic, amazing, whatever the case may be. And I was like, wow, I want that, or that's what I really want, or wow, that's so much better. And just keep creating those ideas in your mind. And then have the vision board, get that vision board of everything that you want, keep going from there.
Yeah, bro. And I'm glad that you said that, because exactly the process that you just described was the process that I used to manifest living on the beach. I saw you living there. I saw you living at Porsche. I saw you meditating every morning there. you gave me like that awareness, like, wow, I can live like that too at a young age. You know, you usually think like, yo, this is for retirement, this is for, you know, down the line when I have a family. But watching you live there at a young age, I was like, yo, that's what I want. And I focused on it and I made it my burning obsession. And I imagined it each and every single day until it became a reality. So that's so key. I want to ask you a personal question, bro. How do you get so good at remembering these things verbatim? Because even with like subjective control, you know, you're able to be like, yo, your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of your attention. And you literally like, bro, in the car, I remember talking to you and you were like, yeah, bro, I know the chapter, I've studied it. So talk to me about the study process. I know it takes time, but what is it that you do? Do you read it a certain amount of times a day? Is there like a process on how you do it to remember these things?
Great question. And this is a hack that if you don't have the technology to do this, you know somebody that does have the technology to do this. So there's no excuses to not do this. If you want to memorize anything, a chapter, what I recommend, get an iPhone, open up voice memos. You can record your voice, start a recording, read the chapter, read the paragraph, read whatever you want to master yourself. So you have your voice reading it, and then you hear it. And you can just over again, repetitiously listen to it. So how I do it is just that. Whatever I find a certain audio, I put it into an audio. And what I actually do is I'll take it and I'll copy it and paste it, copy and paste. So I'll have the same audio like 30 times. So I don't have to replay it, drag it from the beginning, replay it. It'll just keep looping. I've done that with many Abraham Hicks audios, Alan Watts audios. I'll take it and I'll just paste it. I'll make like a 3-hour audio. And it's just the same thing that'll just keep playing for 3 hours. And that's it. I'll just listen to that as many times a day, when I'm on the plane, when I'm in a hotel, while I'm sleeping, doesn't matter. It's just the power of repetition. So whatever it is, record it. And then if you need, find somebody and you can, paste it, put it on a huge loop, 3 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 24 hours, doesn't matter. And just press play.
Wow, that's some sauce. I'm actually going to do that. I actually didn't know about the voice memo. So I'm going to actually do that with subjective control and a few other things that I have in mind for sure, because that's powerful stuff right there. Somebody asked in the chat, what do you do when you're drained and how do you avoid it when it happens? And what steps can you take to avoid it?
It's a great question. That's a great question because I just experienced this firsthand. So I can give you a really real life experience, I guess. I came back from Europe. When I say I was dead, if I was an iPhone battery, I was at like 2%, maybe 1%. And I needed a charger. I was dead, mentally, emotionally, physically drained. I took like 2 days to myself, completely 2 days to myself. You have to obviously hydrate, the proper nutrition, of course, eat, drink water, all that good stuff, meditate, get sun, go for a walk, express gratitude. Like I had to take almost 2 full days of completely resetting, of calming everything. Where am I at? How do I feel? Where do I want to be? How do I want to feel? And you have to really kind of it's just a whole reset. Cancel all the worries out. If you have the anxiety, you're focused on the problem still. You have to just go somewhere that's your safe haven, your just peaceful, most mecca, no distraction place. Just go there and just be. Don't do anything. Don't think. How can I fix this? This problem? No, just you have to completely just get back to center. From there, you say, what's one thing that I can do right now to make me feel better? For me, it was order a fresh juice from Pura Vida. Okay, great. Order a fresh juice. Wow, I feel better after that juice. Now what do I want to do? I want to go to the beach for 20 minutes and just sit in the sun. Go do that. And then just start building these little feel good experiences until you're like, wow, I had a great day yesterday. I feel amazing. I did this. I ate this. Everything was just, I had a great day. Perfect. Do that 2 days in a row. Do that 2 days in a row. Do it on a Saturday and a Sunday. And then Sunday, have an even better day than Saturday. And you'll say, wow, I had a great weekend. I don't know about you, but I had an absolutely amazing weekend. I did this. I went here. I saw this person. It was a great experience. And then you start focusing on those good feeling things. So you just have to start with one little win, one little positive. Okay, what's the next thing that'll make me feel good? What's the next thing that'll make me feel better? And then you look back and say, wow, I had a great morning. I had a great day. I had a great weekend. I had a great whatever. And you just keep building from there.
Wow, I like that a lot, bro, because I can see that happening, you know, after being on the road for so long and traveling and sleep, you know, barely sleeping. You came home and then you kind of had to recharge yourself, but you use the things that make you feel good to recharge yourself, going to the beach, having that good meal, you know, having that juice, having that. And over time, you just kept doing that for a few days. And next thing you know, that was kind of like your charger right there, recharged you back up. And then come Monday, you were ready to go back again, and it almost felt good. And I feel like a lot of us need to hear that right there, because, you know, we go through a lot in business and life, and sometimes we do feel like we need a recharge. And that's something to take into account, guys, because sometimes when we need that recharge, we just continue to focus on the things that we don't want. Like, man, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. And think about what you're saying. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel down, and you're just home in bed, not really doing much. And that's not really going to help much. You know, it's doing those things that are going to make you feel good and help you raise that vibration, having that conversation with those individuals, which is super, super key, which is dope. So I'm glad you mentioned that. We could do maybe one or two more questions. Somebody asked in the chat, you know, how can a mentee add value to a mentor? What would you say? Because I know you have, you know, great mentors, you have high value mentors. How does somebody like you, what do you do to add value to your mentor?
It's a great question. Great. Whoever asked that question, like, I applaud you. That's a great question.
That was a phenomenal question.
It comes from, I hear that comes from humility. That whoever asked that question must be a very humble person, and they asked that question from a state of humility. And that's a very powerful question. For me, in my experiences, is results. For example, like Nana, when you set the goal of Chairman 25, and I helped, and I watched you go from 2, 5, 10, 25, like, to add value to me is you going and getting successful. To make me feel good is seeing you succeed. And any real good mentor will say that it's the success of their students, it's the success of the people they help that really add value to my life. When you succeed, I succeed. You've probably heard that so many times. Same thing with Sana, you know, shout out Sana, absolutely amazing, incredible individual. Watching her grow and watching her become the woman she is today, that gives me value. Knowing that she took this information, she applied it, changed her life, and is such a positive light to everybody around her. That adds value to me. That adds value to me. So to make your mentor proud, to make your mentor feel really, really good and bring value, go apply what they taught you, get the results, and then say, hey, I just want to say thanks because of what you taught me and how you helped me. I was able to achieve this in my life. So that's like the biggest, I guess, way to add value for me.
Yeah, bro, I agree. And it's so amazing because, you know, you never really asked me for anything after anything. And I could just see how happy you were when I would call you, bro, I just did this. And, yo, I just hit Chairman 25 and I just moved to the beach. And I could just see, you know, the happiness in your face and just the feelings that you would get. And it's because now I'm also a mentor as well. And I feel so good when one of my mentees, they apply what I've taught them and they go and get the results. And it's not like we're asking them for money or anything. Just the feeling of them applying what we taught them and them taking themselves to another level is amazing. And I remember when you first met Sana, and Sana comes up to you and tells you, hey, I feel amazing, all is well, blah, blah, blah. And it's funny how she went from that to now everything that she's doing now within the company. And bro, it's amazing how, you know, everything happens when you apply the information. And it's really predictable. Like you said, success is really predictable as long as you are willing to continuously do it each and every single day. A question somebody, and they keep asking in the chat, is how do people get through the tough days, the character building days? Because I feel like that's what holds most people back, Gigi, is, you know, they're going towards that success route, and then a challenge comes, an obstacle comes, and that seems to stop them in their tracks, and they kind of get discouraged by it. Somebody left their business, this happens. How does somebody overcome that and stay on the path to success, to enlightenment, to everything, without allowing these character building days to get in the way? You're muted.
Muted. If you're still on this call, I'm gonna here it is. Here's everything. This changed my life more than anything in the world. Study and master the laws of the universe. There are 7 laws of the universe. Everything operates by law. When you understand these laws, it happens in every situation, every conversation, every circumstance, every event in your life, in some way, shape, or form, is correlated to the laws of the universe. Specifically, when Nano just asked that question, law of rhythm came into my mind. Law of rhythm has the ups, has the downs, has the ups, has the downs. So when you're going through those character building days, when you understand the laws of the universe, you're like, okay, this is just the down. There must be, because I have the character building days, I'm going to have those I feel amazing, triumphant, you know, the world is mine days as well. So when you know that whatever you're going through is temporary, it's only as temporary as you allow it. You got yourself there, you're going to get yourself out of there. You got yourself there, you are able to get yourself out of there. And when you understand the law of rhythm, you understand there's the highs, you understand there's the lows, you understand there's the investments that are absolute home runs, you understand the investments that were absolute rug pulls. When you understand that there's the highs and the lows, when the lows happen, they're not really bad. When the highs happened, they're pretty cool, they're okay. When you're in that state of just like gradually getting bigger and better and better and better, that's when their life just gets really, really exciting. But you just have to know when those character building days happen, it's temporary. It's just for as long as you allow it to be. Of course, you can change at any time. But it's just, think of the roller coaster. Think of a roller coaster that's going uphill. That's my visual thing of it. It's, yes, there's the really, really high, you know, challenging thing out. There's the straight downhill, then it goes up again, then it goes up. It's just however you see your roller coaster is kind of your reality for you. So my roller coaster is very vertical. If you get it, like, it's very, very vertical. Yes, I have the pullbacks, but it's very straight upright for the most part. So very good questions, everybody. I appreciate all of the questions, and I hope you had a lot of value from today's call.
Yeah, bro, that was amazing. Guys, let's type a thank you in the chat box for Matt. I know he can't see it, but make sure that you guys tag him on Instagram. Show him some love. I'll put his Instagram right here in the whiteboard. Is at Matt Gribley. Like this, right, bro? Am I spelling that right?
Mateo Grib. Yeah, Mateo.
That's what it is. Mateo Gribley, right? That's his Instagram right there, guys. Make sure that you guys tag him, show him love, leave him a comment in his most recent picture. You know, phenomenal stuff. And I'm glad that you talked about the, you know, mastering the laws, because, you know, I've actually made it an assignment on Mornings with Nano, similar to what you told me, bro. You told me, bro, sit down, write down the 7 laws and the definitions of them for 30 days straight every single day. And when you did that for me, I was able to memorize the laws. And And now I understood why you made me do it as life came along in situations, because now I understood the law of polarity, that everything has an opposite. I understood the law of transmutation, the law of vibration, rhythm, all these different laws, cause and effect. And I was like, wow, like I just had to understand this, and everything else started to make sense in life and in general. So at the time, it didn't make sense. Like, I was like, yo, why does he want me to write this down 30 days? But I was like, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to do exactly what he tells me to do. And I'm going to do it. And now it all makes sense. And I'm glad that, we all did it. And I'm glad that this is amazing, bro. So again, bro, thank you so much. God bless. You're coming to Arizona as well?
Yes, sir. I'll see you there.
Perfect. See you there, Gigi. Well, guys, that wraps up today's call. I'm super blessed. I'm going to do the book giveaway right now. I know I told you guys I was going to do a book giveaway today for whoever typed the best comment in a reel that I posted a few days ago. But like I said, guys, please send a message. Let them know how thankful we are, because this call was so valuable. I literally have pages of notes of what I was able to get from this. And this was awesome. It kind of gave me some action steps that I wanted to take moving forward. So just a quick book giveaway real quick so that everybody can know. So the other day I posted a reel and it was about my struggle, one of my first big struggles that I went through in life, right? And that struggle was, me losing my baseball career due to an injury and not knowing what the next step in my life was going to be. And I posted a reel about it. And I'm actually going to be a part of a documentary where different athletes and different people are going to be sharing, how we were able to take a struggle and a trial in our life into a success. And one of my friends invited me to speak on it because he loved my story and the whole nine. So I posted a reel about it I would say it was sometime last week. And I had you guys, I had certain people comment in the comment section, what was one struggle and what was a way that, you were able to overcome it. Right. So, a few people, not a lot of people, but a few people posted. And I just want everybody to know that, wow, it was so powerful to read all of y'all stories, because as I was picking, as I was looking for who to pick, I realized that, and this is so true. This is why they say, like, you think that what you've gone through was hard until you read someone else's story. Right. And, I read some of y'all stories, and like the fact that you guys have, I read someone's story, that, they had their mom die in their hands. You know what I'm saying? I heard stories of women that, were about to commit suicide. And, if you go through the section and you read some of those stories, it really touches you, because I was like, wow, people have really taken these stories and these moments that they've gone through in life and really taken them up to a whole nother level. And I am so proud of each and every single one of them. So I actually picked 3 people. Okay. I picked 3 people. I was going to pick 2. And it wasn't that, one story was better than the other or one was stronger than the other. I just felt like I picked whatever my intuition told me. It was like, yo, pick this person needs the book at the time, right? I went based off of my intuition. So I don't want anybody to think that I didn't think that your story was powerful. Every single story was super, super powerful, but I based it off of the energy that I got from the story that I read and where the person was at the moment. And I know that this book giveaway can help them in that journey, right? So the first person, I actually took a screenshot of it right here. Let me bring it up. So the first person was Iman _ Nate. Okay. Iman is actually on the call, thanks to God. And if I can read you guys Iman's story real quick of what she wrote, I think this was super powerful. And she actually got one of the most likes in the whole entire section, right? She said, like Job in the Bible, for a year prior to March 2022, I was stripped of everything, including my dignity. I didn't realize how deep in pain I was in after both of my grandparents passed unexpectedly. My car was taken and my bank account was in the negatives. I was the lowest I had ever been in March. So this was March of this year. Okay, March of this year. I prayed and prayed to God and stayed true to my morning routine. So that stood out to me right there, that even though she lost everything, even though she lost her job, she was stripped of everything. She had both of her grandparents pass away. She had the car taken from her. Her bank account was in negative. She still stayed true to her morning routine. She prayed every single day. She never lost faith. Okay, this is what it's about right here. This is why I picked Iman, because she never lost the faith. Okay, and then she said, I stayed true to my morning routine because I passed the test of faith. I'm not only now leading in church ministry as a choir coordinator and a young adult mentor, but my network marketing business has asked me to host mindset trainings. And of course, I teach the importance of morning and night routines. I've been blessed miraculously with opportunities to now move into my first ever home by myself at 25. The pain was turned into glory in every area of my life because I decided to stay committed and press onwards by the grace of God. Thank you, Nano. That was super powerful. As a matter of fact, can we type a congratulations in the chat and give a huge shout out to Iman for that? Because that was super powerful right there. And Iman, please, I'm going to reach out to you. I'm going to send you a DM so you can send me, an address that I can send you the book. I got you, sis. That was extremely, extremely powerful. That was very, very powerful, sis. I'm very, very grateful that you shared that with us. And I'm grateful that you stayed true to your routine, to your faith when everything goes wrong. And that's something that we can all learn from. We can learn from Iman right there. Okay, we can learn from her because even though she went through those struggles, even though she lost everything, she still stayed consistent with her faith. She still stayed consistent with her morning routine. And by law, because she passed the test of faith, now she's being asked to be a mentor to others. She's being asked to speak in church. Like, that's big deal right there, guys. And that just shows a lot of willpower. It shows a lot of faith. And I just wanted you to know, Iman, that you are the official winner of the book giveaway for, this thing that I did. And like I said, it's not that her story was more powerful than others. I know you guys, some of you guys have extremely powerful stories, but it was just something about the way that she wrote the story, the way that she overcame it, through the way that she did it was super powerful, right? The next person I picked, and it's funny because now that I think about it, I picked two women. All of them were actually women, so I give a huge shout out to my women. Was my sister Tiffany. Her Instagram is TGFitVibes3. Okay, and I really love this because I know that a lot of mothers can relate with this, and that was the reason why I picked Tiffany, because she's been a strong mother. And I know Tiffany, but I had never heard her story like this. So this is what she wrote in her comment. She said, "One thing I failed at was staying with my kid's father to be able to raise them with a family that I always dreamed of or thought that was the right way. It has been 2 years of my self-love journey, and I've become the most powerful, resilient, loving mother and individual I've ever thought that I could be throughout this journey. I am forever grateful for my breakthroughs and failures because it shaped me to become the woman I am today. I am impacting thousands of people all around the world while working on myself and sharing what has helped me overcome the expectations of what I thought was right and getting rid of all the limiting beliefs I had. I am in the best shape of my life, and not just physically, but spiritually and mentally. I am forever grateful for your mentorship and for all the people that have helped me become more of value so that I can be of value to my beautiful children as I build a legacy that will live forever." Wow, 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 wow. That was powerful. And the reason why that touched me is because, Tiffany's a mother, and, I was blessed and grateful to, grow up with my mom and my dad. But the fact that, she was under the impression that, she had to grow up with that reality. We're usually taught to, we want to grow up with the father and everything. And, obviously, from her situation, we know that, that significant other at the time wasn't what was best for her. And the fact that she was able to step out of that and, start her self-love journey 2 years ago. And I've actually had the pleasure of watching it for a little bit from afar from Instagram. And I've met her in person a few times. She's actually came to the penthouse and everything. And to know this, it makes me super grateful because I've watched her mind transform. I've watched her body transform. I've watched her become more emotionally intelligent. I've just watched how much she's grown. And the fact that now she's able to be such a great example, such a strong mother to her kids and everything, it really, really is beautiful, fam. So, Tiffany, again, guys, let's type a congratulations in the chat box for my sister, Tiffany. Absolutely phenomenal person as well. You guys should give her a follow. She really is one of a kind, and I got a lot of love for her. And then I actually picked one more person, and I wanted to, give her also a huge shout out as well because, she had a very, very powerful story that I never even knew that until she shared it with me, right? And this is the last person I'm gonna, I said I was gonna pick 2, but I picked 3 because this story also touched me as well. And her Instagram is LLBIOREE. So her name is Vivian, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll type it in the chat box so if you guys want to check her out. But she said one of the failures that I had to overcome was giving up on myself. Around 12 years old, I had no motivation to live. I set the intention that I would kill myself before I turned 18. I started abusing myself with drugs and surrounding myself with the wrong people. She's actually in the chat right there, Vivian. And I started abusing myself with drugs and surrounding myself with the wrong people. I became homeless and was disowned from my family. It wasn't until 18 years old with no education that I dropped down to my knees and prayed to God that he would save me. Ever since that moment, my life changed. I'm grateful for being introduced to a community of network marketers because it led me to you, Nano. The amount of breakthroughs I have gone through from your teachings alone have impacted not only me, but my family. Thank you. So the fact that she went from, at such a young age, setting an intention to kill herself for years, and knowing that God saved her and that she dropped down to her knees and asked for forgiveness, asked for guidance, asked for all of that. And the fact that, that was 12, I don't know what age you are right now, Vivian, if you could let us know in the chat box, no disrespect. I know that we're not supposed to ask women for their age, but the fact that, she's came from that point in her life and now she's on this call with us. Okay, it just makes me extremely, extremely thankful that you are here with us because I've also had the pleasure of conversating with you and talking with you through Instagram. And you show so much love to the Mornings with Nano family. And to know that, I didn't even know that about your story. Me and you have always been cool. We've always text. I know you're out in Canada. She's 26 years young. And to know that you've gone from that to this now and the growth that I've seen in you, the person that you've become. I remember, man, it's just so amazing to see it, to be honest. I remember when you first started jumping on Mornings with Nano, and now, it's amazing, guys. So can we give a huge shout out to all of our very, very powerful women, Iman, Tiffany, Vivian. Honestly, their stories really touched me. I kind of want to pick a guy now because I kind of think about it. Most of the people that did participate in this were women for the most part. So I'm trying to see, maybe I'll pick somebody else for tomorrow. I'm gonna read some of the guys for tomorrow. I'll make sure that I keep it I'll look out for the guys tomorrow, but That was super powerful. Again, guys, huge congratulations for where you are. Look at how far you've come. I know that, you know, sometimes life gets hard and we feel like we should accomplish more, but look at how much you guys have already accomplished. For the three that won the book, I'm going to send it to you guys personally to your houses. Y'all don't got to worry about it. Just let me know what the address is that I'll send it to, and I'll literally do it right after this call. Because I know that this book that I'm currently, you know, tapping into is going to give you guys even bigger breakthroughs, and it's going to help you understand life on a deeper level, okay, than most. Okay, so, you know, those are the three that won. Let me see. Their Instagram, Iman is Iman. These are the Instagram for the individuals who won, _, Iman Nate, if I'm not mistaken. For Tiffany, it's, let me see if Tiffany, you can help me. I think it's TG Fit Vibes 3. Okay, and for Vivian, if you could help me type your Instagram in the chat, that'll be awesome right there. You know, shout out to those women. And like I said, every other person's story was also very powerful. Okay, it wasn't that one was more powerful than the other. It was just those were the three stories that gravitated towards me. But everybody that shared a story in their comments, guys, I appreciate them so much. It gave me a lot of perspective on, you know, some of the things that we all go through, the different stories, the different upbringings. Everything was just extremely next level, guys. So those are the, you know, I said I was going to pick 2 winners, but I had to pick 3. Okay, now who's excited really quick for the Mornings with Nano Journal? Type a fire emoji in the chat box if you guys are excited for this, right? If you guys are excited for the Mornings with Nano Journal, right? Type a fire emoji in the chat box, because I'm about to give you guys a real quick, you know, breakdown of this Mornings with Nano Journal. Okay, so first, before we talk about it, you know, as you guys know, you know, I have a great team. You know, you guys saw Sana in here. She is one of the OGs when it comes to Mornings with Nano. She used to take all the notes for all the Mornings with Nano calls. And it's so amazing because Sana was able to, you know, land the job and land the gig with our company. And now she's like the head of, like, I forgot what she's doing, but she's the head of something. Like, she's really running stuff and really taking care of a lot of things when it comes to the marketing within the company and all of that stuff. And it's funny because all Sana did was be a servant leader. She would jump on Mornings with Nano every single day and she would take notes. And she would jump on random Zoom calls, company Zoom calls, and she would be taking the notes on there. And she was able to land a phenomenal gig with that. So I'm so grateful for her. She is one of the best people in the world. If you guys ever get a chance to meet her, you guys will know what I'm talking about as well. I actually think she's coming to Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100%. But another person that has also, you know, been a huge component and helped out a lot with Mornings with Nano has been Jasmine. Okay, Jasmine, as you guys know, Jasmine is literally a sister of mine. She's a business partner as well, but she's my sister first. And Jasmine is that person behind closed doors that is always holding me accountable. She's always telling me, like, you know, what Mornings with Nano can do. She was the one that believed in Mornings with Nano before others did. She was the one that recorded the podcast, right? She was the one that, you know, helped me realize what I can create out of Mornings with Nano, because I was looking at Mornings with Nano as just a call that I was doing for the team. But she was like, bro, you can turn this into a podcast. Bro, you can go on tour. Bro, you can do this. Bro, you can do that. And I'm like, yo, you're right. And Jasmine now is what I would call kind of like my right-hand man, sort of say, right? I have Sana and I have Jasmine, 2 of the most amazing people that you can ever ask for, right? And you know, they done this with me out of the kindness of their hearts. You know, like, I want you guys to understand this. And Jasmine went out of her way to create a journal for the Mornings with Nano family. And if there's anybody that can create the journal, is Jasmine. So she created this journal and it's so fire, right? She created it about a few weeks ago, but this is the journal right here. So it has a picture of me in the front Okay, one of my favorite pictures actually, and it says Mornings with Nano Journal, right? And she made it so that all of us can be able to get trainings. We can be able to have notes to take it on and kind of collect these. Now, this is the first one. Trust me, the next one that we're going to do is also going to be even better and more improved. But as you can see, when you come in, it has, if you were on Mornings with Nano, I used to wear this shirt that used to say think differently, and I don't have it anymore, but it was a shirt that I would wear every Mornings with Nano. And it was a shirt that said think different, and it had like a bunch of fishes going this way, but then it had that one red fish going the other way. And she was able to recreate it and put it into the thing. So it's not leather. You know, she has a whole section for setting it up on what is your why, like what is your why? Because at the end of the day, your why is the key to everything, okay? So she has a section for you to set up your why. She has a section for you to write down your goals. Like, yo, what are all your goals? And usually it's 300, but she put 100. Like, write down all your goals that you want to accomplish. Everything I'm talking about, from the car you want to drive, the place that you want to live to, the amount of money you want to invest, all of that. She has something for your goals. She has obviously the letter to yourself, writing a letter to yourself. Like, she took all the things from Mornings with Nano and she like took it to the next level. She put some of the dope trainings in here as well so that you guys can have them. You know, understanding the paradigm, the spiritual side of success, amazing stuff. You know, the circle of learning. Like, there's all trainings in here, like things that you guys can use for trainings for your teams. Understanding the spiritual side of success, everything, like super dope. And then she even created go cards that you can actually cut out yourself and put them into a you know, laminated the whole nine. And then now she has the Mastermind Notes. Look at this and look at how it looks. So at the top, you're able to pick the month and the day of the call. So it's not like, you know, for example, let's say today is September. You would have been able to go right here, September, and today is what, the 13th? And then you were able to circle September and then circle the 13th, boom, and right there. So it doesn't matter if you're not on the call every day. You feel me? It doesn't matter if you're not on the call every day. You can easily just write down, boom, where you were at, and then you're lit. And it has a bunch, and then the rest of it is just for the notes. You feel me? So you get all the trainings, go cards, everything in that. And it was super dope, fam. Like, I really, really love this journal right here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's small. It fits into, you know, anywhere in your book bag. And it's a great place for you to keep all your Mornings with Nano, you know, notes all in place. All right. So it's officially out on Amazon. Jasmine, if you could drop the link in the chat, I would appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna work on hardcover ones and all of that stuff, but this is officially the Mornings with Nano journal. You know, all the Instagrams and everything are in the back. And they're affordable. I think they're like $20, $21, something like that, which is what which is what an original journal usually goes for. Let me actually send the link out right here to you guys. I know she sent it to me. I don't see her in the chat, so let's see. Here it goes. All right, I'm gonna type it in the chat, and I also put it in the Mornings with Nano chat as well. I just put it in the chat as well, and I'm gonna send it to you guys in here as well, so you guys can grab it. Like I said, this is a journal that is gonna bring you so much value, and we're gonna be bringing more for 2023 merch, a lot of amazing stuff. Here it goes. Here's the link, guys. Let me know if you guys could click on that link. That's the link for it. So if you guys ever wanted a Mornings with Nano notebook, or anything, like, show love on that. I think they're like $22 if I'm not mistaken. Should have been 21. Should have been 21. But great stuff. Make sure that you guys connect with it. I wanted to give us something that we can all connect with. This is super powerful. I think a lot of you guys are, I think just the trainings that she put in this are worth the $21, you know, $22. Just some of the trainings that she put in there, the 100 goals, the letter to yourself, So can we real quick, can we type a thank you in the chat box for Jasmine? Mind you guys, I didn't ask her to do that. Like, she did that out of her own like heart, and like she just came up with the idea, and she just, remember guys, this is somebody, she thinks about the things that I don't think about. Like, and it's something that I should be thinking about, but she just thinks on a different level. She went to school for this kind of stuff, you know, and she just, you need those kind of people in your life. Like, you know, think about it. Cut out gold cards, letter to yourself. Like, if I would have asked anybody else to create a journal for me, they wouldn't have been able to create it with the detail and the attention to the things that she did the way that she did. Like, you can tell that she was very, very, very intentional with the way that she created that journal, like from the trainings to the goal cards, to the letter to yourself, to the 100 goals, to the trainings, the way that she even designed the notes, the way we could take notes. She understood that people don't jump on consistently. So she has to make it in a way where, the dates are, she can just kind of pick the dates and so on and so forth. Like, it was amazing. And, Jasmine is literally, like I said, I got my left hand and I got my right hand, and that's Sana and Jasmine. I don't know where I would be and what I would do without them. I'm extremely grateful for them. They play such a huge part. And like I always tell you guys all the time, and I always give all the credit, if it wasn't for the women that I have in my life, I give a lot of credit to them, because they've taught me so much. They've helped me out so much. And, I've learned very early on, and this is for my guys as well. I learned that if you want to accomplish massive success, work with women. It came from a very credible source. Work with women, because, women just kind of have like this natural ability to care and nurture you and want the best for you and not want to compete against you. When you work with men, sometimes, there's kind of like a competition, because they don't want to see you do better than them, and so on and so forth. But a woman, they want to see you grow. They want to see you elevate. They will never try to compete against you. And I feel like that's the reason why I've been blessed with such amazing people like Sana and like Jasmine, because they've never tried to compete against me. They've done the thinking for me, and they've accepted me through my flaws. They know I'm not perfect, and they accept me through my flaws, and they love me through my flaws the same way I love them as well. And and just women have vision overall, so I want to make sure that I give it up to all of the amazing women. Can we put some hearts in the chat box for all the amazing women, for everybody? Because honestly, it's amazing. But that's the journal right there, guys. Show love on that. I really, really appreciate it. Again, one more time, Sana, Jasmine, in front of the whole Mornings Waneno community, in front of, the thousands of people watching online. I want you guys to know that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And just thank you for all that you guys have done for me and accepted me for. And, just being there for me through everything, through the ups, through the downs, when my head wasn't, when I was connected, when I wasn't connected. Y'all been there through my lowest. Y'all been there through my highest. And honestly, there's no words to describe the gratitude that I have for Sana and Jasmine, to be honest. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that they knew that in front of all of you guys, and I will always, 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 always give you guys your flowers for as long as I live, because you guys were there through the beginning of it, and this is only the beginning of what we're going and what we're going to create from this story. And trust me, God and the universe will pay us back 50, 100-fold because of what we've done these last few years building this foundation, fam. So thank you guys again. And thank you for the whole Mornings Waneno community overall as well. Just thank you to everybody that supports me, the books, the times that you guys post me on your stories, everything. Just the whole Mornings Waneno community overall. I just want you guys to know that I love you guys a lot, and I appreciate you guys very, 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 very much. All right. I love you guys a lot, fam. So that wraps up today's call. I'm going to do a quick prayer for us, and we're going to run it up. All right, fam. So everybody bow your heads and let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with this beautiful day that was filled with your abundance and your grace and your love. Today was just such a powerful call. You made us aware of the importance of discipline and the application of the information. You made it very, very clear to us that access to information isn't everything. It's the application of the information that is the key. And daily you give us access to information. Daily you give us access to wisdom and knowledge. But what are we doing with that knowledge? And God, I'm telling you right now, on behalf of the whole Mornings with Nano community, we are ready to apply. We are ready to take action. We are ready to do more with the information that you are teaching us, because we are realizing each and every single day that this is the key to our success. This is the key to creating the life that we want. So we want to thank you for that, God. I also want to thank you for Matt. I want to thank you for Jasmine. I want to thank you for Sana, for just blessing those 3 individuals in my life and aligning them with me and putting them in the path, because they've truly been a blessing, not only to me, but to the whole entire community. They are truly servants, and we are just extremely grateful for you. I pray that you continue to give them more life, more health, more abundance, more blessings to them and to the whole community that we have, this whole family. We pray that you continue to protect us, guide us, and show us the way to enlightenment and to freedom, God. Everything that we're doing is for your purpose and to serve our purpose on earth, God. So we appreciate you. We love you. And for everybody traveling to Arizona, we wish them safe travels. Let's go out and have a great day. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 All right, fam. So I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Grab the journal if you haven't grabbed it yet. Let me see. Let's go. Warrior Spirit, that was powerful. Thank you for sharing that with me. Love you, fam, for real. Appreciate you a lot. Yeah, man, I'm so grateful for this family and everything. Amen. Like, honestly, there's no words that can describe the gratitude that I feel in my heart for all of you guys and just the family that we have here. You know, my sis Warrior Spirit is on here with me on Zoom. It's just me and her. And, you know, she's at work right now, grinding it out with us. So, you know, it's already amazing, guys. And I'm blessed and blessed. So make sure you guys grab your Mornings with Nano journal. Vivian, Tiffany, and Iman, I'll be reaching out to you guys so I can get you guys' addresses so I can ship you guys this book. And with that being said, love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another.